Good afternoon. Today is April 2nd, I believe, and yes, it's a Tuesday and we are busy doing school. This is the hard part about going on a really long vacation in the middle of winter, is that everyone else is starting to think about spring and how many weeks they have left of school, and we still have a lot. So we are in week 20 of our My Father's World. Becca's finishing up her math. She's just about done. So yes, we are halfway through week 20 for My Father's World. Then let's see, this is Caleb's math. He actually miraculously is also in week 20. And then over here is Caleb's science, and he is in the middle of week 18. I think he did this one, so we're like the middle of week 18. This is our writing curriculum. We finished 12 of 32 lessons. They usually take about a week each, although some of them we can speed up a little bit. So I'm not even sure where we are at with language arts. I don't know. I don't even know how far. We did take vocabulary on the trip, and they did really good with vocabulary. So yes, maybe I should start there. This is what we did on the trip. If you watched my packing video, you saw all the stuff that I planned on doing. What we actually did is they did about 4 lessons in their vocabulary curriculum. Sorry, I feel like it's kind of blurry. They did about 4 lessons in vocabulary, and then one day I made them do math, and we might have done English that day too. Did we do English? No, I think we just did math. They did do some awesome journals every day, so they did work on their trip journals every day, which turned out really good, mostly. But so now my job is to figure out how we're gonna finish all of this. If we go straight how it's written, we're on week 20 right now. We have a week planned in June. Becca's staring at me. We have a week planned in June to go camping, and then we have another week planned in July for our church camp. So if we take those 2 weeks completely off of school, we will be doing this year of school all the way until the end of July. And that's not gonna fly. Now, we did do tons and tons of school on our trip, like going to museums, going to the beach, exploring nature, all of that stuff. So I'm not worried about how many hours we get in, because we're fine. We're fine with that. Yeah, Joshua just came in too. He is in week 26 of My Father's World first grade. So I'm not too worried about him. He'll actually go quicker. We'll finish with him, no problem. But the rest of them, I guess my concern is mostly that they are older, and we need to finish math and science and language. In the younger years, I know it's fine to just be like, oh, this is as far as we got, we're done. But I feel like Caleb, he's in pre-algebra, and we really need to finish it. He's in 7th grade. He needs to finish it before he moves on to algebra. And even science, he's doing general science this year, and I feel like he's got to get to the end of it. Like, he's got to learn it. So we're trying to double up a little bit on science, at least doing 1.5. Yeah, Joshua's gonna be a stinker over here. Yeah, we're trying to double up on science. I'm doubling up on our My Father's World history stuff, if I can, so hopefully we'll get through that a little bit faster. But I don't know when we're gonna be done, but we definitely are not gonna have any more light days until we are done. Joshua. Rebecca made a cake tonight. We got this book from the library. It's called Children's World Cookbook. And this Australia page has a cake called Lamingtons. So we are trying it. Well, Rebecca tried it. She did the whole cake all by herself. I just helped her figure out when it was finished baking. There she has her icing. And there's her cake. She already took a little taste test of the crumbs and said it's excellent. Everyone is waiting here like vultures for it to be done, right? Just let it kind of spread over the side. Do 1 spoon on each one, and then go back and do a 2nd spoonful until you're out of chocolate. Okay, there's the finished Well, Daddy gets a big one because he's big. They're all pretty big. Okay, Becca, what do you think of the recipe?
I like it.
Was it hard to make?
Mm-mm. It's not good.
Hey, Caleb, what do you think?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Joshua? Thumbs up, thumbs down? What do you think, Matthew? You don't like it?
Give it
No?
to me! I have it!
Daniel, do you like it? I think he probably likes it.
You really don't?
He already ate more than one bite.
I don't like this.
You don't like the yellow part?
No.
That's just the cake. But you like the chocolate part?
It's too bad and funny.
Oh, but you'll probably eat it anyway, huh? Are you gonna eat it anyway? Yeah, I think you do like it.
No.
Alright, today Rebecca and Joshua are working on snap circuits. The smaller set came with our curriculum, My Father's World, 1850 to modern times. But my husband is an electrical engineer, so he actually bought this giant kit actually several years ago. And him and Caleb did it, and now Joshua likes to do it. Oh, there we go. So turn the switch off. Now turn it on. Oh, there you go. Yours works.
Mine's?
Oh, and there's Joshua's is working. So actually it's really nice because this big set came with three like lab books, and the first book in this big set and the book that came with the small set is exactly the same. So they can both do this together but yet have their own pieces, which is really nice because I think if we only had one set, you guys would be fighting over who got to do what. Alright, Joshua finished project number 3. Go ahead and turn it on.
It's happy birthday.
Yeah.
Let me try mine now, Joshua.
This is what it looks like. Sound activated switch. Oh. Right. Becca's got project number 4, which is just changing the music to have a resistor. And what did we learn, Becca?
That it makes it quieter.
Yep. Adding resistance makes the volume lower. Joshua's still working to get his done. Alright, Joshua's got his done. Now I know this isn't in the book, but Joshua, since you have a bigger set, you have different resistors. Why don't you switch it out and put a bigger resistor? And let's see the difference.
Let me try a big one too. R2. Is there any bigger ones?
They're all bigger.
I've got all these.
They're all different.
I'll try this one. I'm doing R2. Even quieter!
You can't hardly even hear it, huh?
Let me do mine.
Yours is probably going to be too big. It won't even, you can't even hear it.
I can hear it.
Can you? Just a tiny bit?
Just a tiny, tiny bit.
So the bigger resistance you add, the quieter it gets.
I'm going to try the biggest. I'm going to try this one.
I guess I should add that I decided to nix art for the rest of the year and music. We listened to one CD in the car on the way home. What? Stop, Joshua. So we listened to a CD and yeah, we're just gonna be done with art because I would rather get in history. Of course, this is like their favorite history is World War I we're finishing now, and then World War II and all the other wars, so they're really interested in that. So we don't want to skip any of that, but we might skip some of the projects. I might skip some of the unnecessary map work or worksheets or student sheets or whatever's in there. No, don't touch the lens. All right, it's time to go. What do you got, Peter? You got ice cream? The whole container Daddy gave you? Was it yummy? Is it all gone? Gone? Daniel, why are we having ice cream? Because you went poopy. Woohoo! You're a big boy. Good afternoon. This is a beautiful, beautiful spring day. I think it's about April 8th. And it is so nice. I do have a long sleeve shirt on, but I don't need a jacket. I'm sitting in the sun. I'm soaking up the sun. It's lovely. I'm just sitting out here on the porch. I have a cup of coffee and I'm still reading this book called Holy Intimacy. I took it on our vacation, but I never read it on our trip. I didn't have a whole lot of time for reading. But I've been reading it now, like about a chapter in the morning during my devotional time, but right now it's just me and Daniel. Peter is sleeping, and Kevin took all the big kids on a bike ride. They're super excited to finally be able to go on a bike ride. Rebecca got a new bike this weekend. They found a bike for free on Craigslist that's just her size and it's purple, so she's super happy. Here's Daniel. He's gonna be playing, he's playing with his little wheelbarrow right there. And look at my irises are poking up. These are my most favorite flower in the world, these blue irises. So I should mention that today is a school day. It's Monday. And yes, Daniel has juice. And we are still doing school. The kids worked really hard this morning. The big kids did all their school quickly, and the other boys, yeah, cleaned and vacuumed. And they got all ready because they were super excited to go on this bike ride with Kevin. So I don't know how long they'll go. Yes. Yes, you can have a mark. Please don't spill that on me. Yes, so they worked really hard to get all their school done this morning, and we have a little bit more this afternoon. We read a ton in our Sergeant York book. I think I showed that before, and I'll have to show it again, but it's a book about World War I. One of the soldiers that was there who earned a medal, and it's been really, really a good book. It's got a lot of war army details that I don't necessarily care a ton about, but the story is great, and my boys just love all of the army stuff. So we have about 3 or 4 chapters left of that. I'm hoping to finish it today. We're trying to kind of do double time on our history and things so we can try to get done before the end of July. So that is where we're at right now. It's a beautiful day, and I'm gonna read for a few minutes until they get back, and I don't know, maybe throw some balls around with Daniel or something. Just me and him having a good day.
Potato.
Here's the difference between generic Jell-O and Jell-O brand Jell-O. I got everyday essential lime and orange, and a regular Jell-O for lemon. We're making a recipe in one of our school books from the 1920s. But look at how clear. No, you're in the way. The yellow one is like really nice and clear. It's the Jell-O brand. And then the orange and the lime have this weird
Foam on top.
Foamy stuff on top. Here's what our 1920s dessert looks like with some Cool Whip on top. So that's where we're at with homeschooling. We've been home for a week and a half almost, and they have gotten a week and a half in of school, and oh, see? All right, I don't know what else to say. We're gonna end the video with that. Have a great day.